So today's video is going to be inbox review of an Italian self-propelled gun, the Semovente da 7518. Another wanted a couple of Italian vehicles, so I picked this one. And please like and subscribe and ring that bell for notifications on my new videos. So hello, here's the Semovente da 75/18. It's an Italeri kit, so I don't expect too much out of it. Italeri is so okay, but not always all that great. But sometimes. But this is an older kit, so I really don't expect that much out of it. Now, in the kit, you have a rubber track. You have three sprues of brown, beige plastic. Like with most armor, you start with the hull, building up the suspension. You have some interior parts here. It looks like it has a little interior detail. Seat, driver, machine gun here for the forward position. Then we start here with, we start here with the top of the hull, tracks, main gun, and then we go to the main gun and the turret. Well, it's not a turret, but with the gun casing. That's what it's called. Yes. Okay. Then, continue with the gun casing details on it. Some exterior detail. And it looks like we have 3 crewmen. 2 on the top, one in the front. They're not showing it here. But I guess you can leave the door open so the guy can see outside. Then we have here some more external detail with the exhaust, external details, the road wheels, extra road wheels, and sponson box, Pioneer tools, and then here we have some extra fuel tanks and some bedrolls and stuff, step, antenna, another sponson box, and some more external detail with machine gun, towing cable. It looks like we have some options here. 132nd Area to Armored Division from Alamein, 1942. Then we have Unknown Unit from Tunisia, early 1943. Can we see that? Oh, okay. Looks weird. Light's too bright, I think. Then we have a couple of camouflaged ones. Captured by Fallschirmjäger Division, Rome, October 1943. Fallschirmjäger Division, that is paratroopers. And also an unknown unit in Rome, September 1943. These are in Italian sand, Italian olive, and Italian dark brown. The other ones are just Italian sand, the other 2. I would like to make one of these. A new camouflage pattern I've never done. And I'll probably do the M14 and only Italian sand. You see some parts are already loose here. Let's take a look at the decals. I would say the decals are pretty ruined. It's an old kit and it looks like something was spilled on them. I got it this way off eBay. Something spilled all over here on the bottom. It's unfortunate. Might have to look. I might. But either in the other tank is enough decals to replace these. I won't need the iron crosses. I probably will need these though. I'll have to look. Or maybe off eBay or another website I can get some spares or some replacement decals. Now here's one of the big problems with these old Italeri kits. I haven't built any newer Italeri tanks. I just have the one Arietta 2000, the one aircraft. But these tracks are pretty stiff, and the rubber. They're all wavy. And I think the only way you can really get that out is to you have to heat them up, but you can't heat them up too much or they melt, of course. And they also have a pretty weak where they go together. It's pretty weak and it doesn't stay all that well. You have to melt this tab into this tab. No, put it together and melt this tab down until it holds. But there's one, like the Tamaya ones, they have 4 tabs to melt, and that's a lot better. It holds a lot better. The one tab is sometimes too weak, and if you do it melt it too much or something, then it breaks. But what I found, if you put first a dab of super glue, hold it together, then melt it, it's better. It's better that way. Now, looking at the hull, it's a pretty small vehicle. A really small vehicle. I'd say it's about the type sizes of a Panzer II. You can see here on the hull, it looks pretty decent actually. Oh, there you can see it. Underneath, right there, in the middle. Underneath here is an indentation. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be there or not. Oh, and the thing's broken off too. For the wheel here on the top. The support roller arm is broken off. It's another unfortunate thing about getting stuff off eBay. And I don't see it here in the box either. It's not in the box. So we might just have to use what little bit's left there. Because there's enough there, I can still glue the support roller on, I believe. So the detail looks pretty good. There's bolts all over the place here. Well, enough. On the bottom. Oh, forgot. Better. On the bottom and around here, there's bolts. There's indentations here on both sides. One of them's broken off, unfortunately. These should be part of the suspension. And they look pretty good. Should be 4 of them though. Here's the top of the gun casing. I think it looks really good. Has some good detail on it. Hinges, bolts around here, all around it, bolts around here. The grills look good and they're open. Here the mantle also looks really good. The fenders look okay. There's some detail there. There's also some flash here around the edges. But all in all, they look okay. And these pieces, I'm not sure what they are. but they also have some good detail on them. Here's the back, and it looks pretty good as well. Okay, look here. This is the front of the gun casing. It looks really good. This is also a part for the gun casing. I think it's the back piece of it. And it looks pretty good as well. Lots of bolts everywhere. I think the crew members look really good too. And there's a lot of these tabs on it to clean off, but they look pretty, the uniforms look really nice. But there's a line, there's always, on all these figures I've ever, so many times, there's always mold lines along on the sides of them. So many different tanks I've looked at have these mold lines. Here's the antenna, and it's really big. Here's the gun. It looks nice. I wouldn't replace that with a metal barrel, I don't think. Should be able to put it together. It's thick enough to clean it up and get it together. And here's all the parts for the suspension. Sprocket looks good. Both sides of the sprocket look good. The wheels are pretty plain on the inside. All of them look pretty plain on the inside. But on the outside they look pretty good. I say pretty good a lot. Another crewman here. The same mold line along the sides. So the crew is going to require some cleanup. I have a broken part in the tank. That's unfortunate. I think it'll be okay though. If not, I can take take a piece of the sprue and fix it that way. So in all, not a bad kit. It also wasn't very expensive. The track is workable. I mean, it's not workable track, but it's usable track. I would strengthen it a little bit by putting some super glue in it first before you melt it. You know, super glue, let it dry, then melt the pin. That should be okay. I think the figures look really good. Like I said, there's a broken part on it, and that's on the main hull piece. I might be able to get the wheel on there anyways, but it won't be very strong. The road wheels, on all the road wheels, the outside of them look good, the inside of them don't look so good. There's no detail, along with flash pin marks and stuff. But I think it's a pretty good kit for the price. So in my next video, we'll be taking a look at this BF-110 T2 from Revell that I built. I want to go over a lot of these Revell kits because some of them aren't that great and some of them are pretty good. So I want to give some good recommendations for Revell kits that are good to build. So we'll be taking a look at a lot of these Revell kits.